everyone, welcome to Nestele. This is another commentary video. Okay, I plan to post these things like every other Sunday. I'll just sit down and run commentary on something that's been on my mind in a while, and I'm titling this "Single but Not Broken," and this is focused on women, because something I think has happened, and it's been happening for a very long time, where the woman that is single has somehow been pushed pushed to not matter even to herself. Okay, I feel like that's the only way I can explain it. But let me just give you a few examples. So first was a friend of mine, good friend of mine, amazing lady. She was this was when we're like 27 at the time. She was around 27. Her younger sister was 21 and was going to get married. Like she had found a guy that she wanted to marry. And there are only two girls in their house. They're like a lot of boys, like three, four boys, right? And they're just two of them. So firstborn and lastborn are girls. Then there's a lot of boys in the center. So the sister, the baby sister, is like 21 or even 20 years old, and she's going to marry. The 27-year-old, my friend, did not like. She didn't like the idea first of all of this girl getting married. She was still in school, university. So she's like, why is she getting married in university? Number one. Number two, I don't like this guy. Like he doesn't seem responsible. He doesn't look like he's going to do a good job taking care of my sister as a husband. But here's the thing, she couldn't tell anybody in her house. She couldn't tell her family. She couldn't tell her sister. So she kept quiet. She told me because shortly after they got married, or shortly before they got married, I was making something for her. And I'll not ask her, okay, so how is it going? Are you excited? Your sister is getting married, blah, 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 blah. And she just told me how she felt. But that was it. She kept quiet. I told her, if you feel this way, like I feel like I can't imagine my younger sister getting married to someone I consider questionable, and I will say something. She said no, she cannot say anything. That she's not going to say anything. And do you know why she won't say anything? That's the first time I heard that. She said that if she says something that people will say, that is because she's jealous that her younger sister is getting married. I said, I'm sorry, what? I could not, like, I was looking at her like, what? I'm like, how can you say this? She knows that if she opens her mouth and speaks, they're going to be like you, that at the age of 27, you have not found husband. Your younger sister found husband on time. And I'm like, even your own parents, she said that she doesn't know if her parents will outrightly say it, but that's exactly what it will seem like. So that's how this girl went on and married. 4 years down the line, she's no more married. And the guy showed her shege premium. My friend now is married. She's living in the UK with her husband. She got married like 2 or 3 years after this. And I found out about this like much later, like after the fact. Like at this point, this happened. I'm talking of something happened when we were 27. I'm over 40 now, so So, but I found out about this like later, almost 8 years after that young girl got married. The girl never remarried. She has children of her own, and that's that. But I just kept thinking to myself that what if she spoke? What if she spoke up? Because I don't know. I didn't bother asking her. But I don't know how I would feel if I knew something was wrong with who my person was marrying and I did not say anything. And the person went on and saw exactly the problem I saw. Like, I feel like it's such an issue. Now, I know what you're thinking, especially if you're a woman listening to this. You're saying, it's not your business. Before they will say, that's what I'm talking about. You are single, but you're not broken. I'm saying this because I believe that if she was married and she had her own family going on and she said what she felt needed to be said, she would have not looked at it. She wouldn't even think that it was bad to say it. That's number one story. Number two story, I heard this story, I think it was 2 years ago. A good friend of mine, not a good friend of mine, somebody I know, like through somebody else, through my sister-in-law, got married around the same time I got married, like a month or so apart. Now, I met her 2 years ago. Now, I think this year is 13 years after of me being married. So I'm talking of when she was when I saw her, she's married, she has children. And you know what? I assumed that she was married to, it was still with that same marriage, the marriage that she had that time. Are you following me? Are you with me? I didn't know that a whole thing happened. But she said that the thing that happened was that the guy was very violent. The guy used to beat her, but because she wanted to hold her relationship together, she had found this guy. The guy had money. The guy lived abroad, built a fine house for her, blah, blah, blah. But the guy was beating her. She said that, she punching. That the guy would hold a fist. I don't know. Nobody has ever held a fist to me before. I don't know what I would do. I might cut the person's hand off. No, I don't think anybody has ever caught their hand like this to me. I don't think so. And I grew up with sisters, so like there's rough housing, but I don't think I've ever met this before in my life. May I never do it until I die in Jesus' name. God knows I can't even do it. But the guy will hold fists to her. The guy will put her to a wall and boom, 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 hit her. Why I'm bringing this story up is that her sister was a makeup artist. The day or 2 days before her wedding, her traditional wedding, the guy had beaten. Say her face was swollen, like she had cocoa on her face. Her eye was bloodshot. She had situation on her face. Her sister was a makeup artist. Now, what I assume is that she wasn't that close to the sister because she said that her sister looked at her when it was time. She said she had done something to her hair that was covering the major bruises. And then when she sat down with her sister to do the makeup, her sister removed the whatever she was wearing and saw her face. And she could not be like, imagine looking at your younger sister and you're seeing, like when she's not doing WWE. You now see boom, boom, boom all over the face. What is all this? Hey, that sister saw her and she said the sister started crying, asking her what's the problem, blah, 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 blah. And then the sister gets heated and tells her, Haba, so this is the person you want to marry. This is her older sister, by the way, another older sister. However, this older sister was not married. So because of this reason, this girl allowed her younger sister to go and marry this man. The man showed her shake a premium. I think her marriage lasted 2 years or so. Because that guy, he was not well. I don't think he was fine. He was mentally not okay. So 2 years, she left. So when I met her, she had married another husband. A whole other husband, had children by that husband. And she was fine now. So, single but not broken is me addressing what our society, and by society, I mean Nigeria. Maybe it's another part of Africa. I don't know. Please, if you're watching from anywhere and it happens to you too, let me hear it in social media. Sorry, on the comment section. Sorry. This thing where single women are forced to reduce their voice or not be able to point out false doing just because of their relationship status. Okay. Now, if you are a single woman and you feel like a lot of things that you saw were wrong, and you know the thing about, like, I tell people that I prefer chilling with my single friends when it comes, like, there's some kind of gist I prefer gisting with my single friends. I'm working with my marital friends because I feel like my single friends they have an idealistic mind, and it helps me understand what's happening to me. Like if I go to my single friend, like imagine if you're married, think about it. Go to your friend, a good friend of yours that's single, and tell them one thing that happened really bad in your home. You will see their reaction will be more, hey, it's like, hey, how can this horrible thing happen to you? But that's the reaction they can have, but that's where it ends. They will not be able to do something major about it. Oh, there's another story, last one. A friend of mine, good friend of mine. This one to tomorrow. I don't think I can talk about it without it making me teary. But I'm not going to cry. I'm a big girl. Her friend, her husband, and her were sitting down talking one day, and her husband started beating her. A good friend of mine. I could not believe it. This other friend did not do anything to interrupt. I could not, like, for me, I think it's so unforgivable. She doesn't like that I'm upset with that girl. But I'm upset. It happened years ago. I'm still upset with that girl. How do you sit there and watch your friend being beaten? Like, said she was on the floor. Oga was beating her like this. I'm like, you didn't think you should push him off? You didn't think you should shout? You didn't think you should throw something at him so I could stop? They get to say, I don't want to get into married people's business, so that they will not say, But that's the reality. That's my point. When your singleness shrinks you to conversations of things that actually matter. When you see your friend, you see someone important to you treating a help badly, treating a child badly. You see your brother is doing his wife somehow. But because you're single, they'll say, let me not talk. Because which is true. There's no argument there. You know that when you talk, the first thing they're going to say, you go and marry your own and see. Why won't you go to your own husband's house? Number one, learn to not be bothered by what people say. Number one. People's idea of you is not as important as your own idea of yourself. And the thing is that if you're going to really grow in a relationship, or if you're going to grow with the people around you, do you understand? The more honest you can be, the better. And I know somebody was thinking, even my own friend did that to me. Then so be it. If you try to defend your friend against an abusive spouse and your friend turns against you, so be it. If it means the relationship ends, my dear, let it end. No, I'm telling you, if it means it, well, let it end. But let it be said that this is who you are, because in the end, you need to stand, you need to be true to who you are as a person. You're somebody that cannot stand injustice. If she wants to be mad, let her be mad. But don't enable the madness. I don't know if you understand. If you're someone that is okay, some people are okay with it too. I'm not gonna lie, some people are okay with the husband cheats. I know, but I'm not going to say anything so that it will not. If you're okay with it, that's fine. But as far as I'm concerned, if single or not married, you find out that my husband is cheating and you don't tell me. When I find out and I find out that we're no more friends, because what am I doing with you? This is a long somehow conversation, but I just had to throw it out there. I've been thinking about something as it's been on my mind for years. I think about it, I'm like, why are single women, why are they being shot from telling the truth? There are single women that have watched their loved ones get hurt majorly because they've been silenced because they're not married. It's crazy. You see your younger sibling doing something that you just know that is founded in recklessness, and you cannot talk because you don't have. Oh, this also takes another dimension. I need to talk about that one too. But maybe in another commentary around that one, the one that has to do with money, where the one that makes money is right and every other person is wrong. Ooh, I can talk about this one for a while. But let me just get into where I was. So learn to ignore societal, when I say ideas, like what society thinks. No, see, if you see the truth, please speak it. If it means that you lose that friendship or that family is annoyed, then so be it. There are people that have seen their younger siblings are in pain in relationship and they cannot say anything because they are single. Guy, please, do you understand? Learn to speak up. Okay, that's number one. Number two, learn to keep growing. Learn to keep growing. That's your growth is where your sense of self stands. And the thing is that, you know the way the world works. Single, married, black, white, woman, man. If you're able to profess solutions to this world, do you know that nobody questions you? Nobody is going to wake up one day and say, she found the cure for HIV, but she's single. Nobody cares, my sister. Did you find the cure or not? Learn to grow in your purpose. The more you stay in that purpose that you have going on, right, the better you become. The more you reach heights, right, to the point where you can never be disrespected, whether you are single or you're not single. Don't live in that space where you feel like, oh, you need to stay and continue to, until you're married. My sister, no, don't do it. I'm talking to women. Guys, talk to your sisters about this. Do you understand? And if you're someone that you have a sibling that is older than you or older generally, but is not married, ask them questions. Ask them, are there things that you would have wanted to say, but you didn't say about a certain thing that was a problem, but you just thought, if I say it, it should be a problem. It's just two things. Learn to speak up and then learn to continue growing. Okay, there's a third one. Don't listen to society. Learn not to listen to what society says. Despite what the society says, my sister, speak up. Do it. Okay, I've heard too many. I only mentioned 3. Do you understand? But I've heard too many. These 3 are the ones that stand out. Anytime I think about it, it makes me greatly sad. A 21-year-old is getting married, and her 27-year-old sister, who is clearly more experienced and understands life, cannot talk to that one because and the fact is that they are right. You're actually, first of all, you're right. You're right. You're going to talk against you. They're going to say, why when you're not married? They're going to say it, but you have to learn to. You're going to let it dust off. You cannot focus on that. Okay. So that's my commentary for today. Have I said my name? My name is Chineze. Welcome to Nestele. Leave a comment if you haven't already. Okay. Notifications. If there's anything that you think that I should run a commentary on, please leave it in the comment section. Let us see. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye.